Papers are always fun. Yeah, this is another one that we did. This is what we did in the workshops. It's a bit of a weird title. I think I might change it. I'm looking at it going... it's called Maps Are Made of Mistakes and Accidents. Shrug off the privilege. Know that we are the edge of a constant cusp. The laughter is just the sound of their minds catching up. You won't find yourself in school, but go. There's plenty other times to seek infinity in sugar cubes, and when she asks you to kiss her, do it quickly. Watch the disappointment make an axis from where all things started making sense. Remember flesh and how unradical it is to bleed. Speak to your pink butterfly mother before she worries the happiness right out the house. Thank your warm flame of a father for all the things you didn't understand then. Forgive God for not responding. When you find sex and skinny boys, relax. They will not begin you different, just half forgotten. When love hits you the first time, tell him you don't love him and leave. The second, that you still don't love him and leave. But the third, kiss him. Tell him he won't need to be this angry for much longer. When the better off pity your pages, learn how foolish it is to look for light in caves. Listen to the news more. Other people more, and write less. Forget beauty and intelligence. Life grows more livid when lived. Thank your toes for being mighty. They hold all lineage and future just for you, but most of all, find where you are least liked and be grateful you are solid enough to be ignored. Thank you very much. So, I've got one or two here, I think, in a row. Yeah. So this first one is on a topic that I'm sure everyone can relate to. Hopefully, maybe. Sex. And it's called Lie Where You Land. When you fall into his eyes, lie where you land, till the snow drowns you, bloom from brown into something you'd want at your bedside, at your funeral, on a first date. On yours, you held them like a snare, waiting for thorns to walk thumbprints over a petal language you weren't sure you understood. But you're not a dirtworm. You knew geography is more than a womb. You're learning how his mouth was never meant to be a gospel. None of them were. Remember that in love, the best forgets the good. And if his mind is full of thunderstorms, don't mistake his rain for your flood. Weather happens in all ways, everywhere, at once. You're not getting struck by lightning just because you can see it crack. Show him the wallpaper. That you've waited 20 years to put your feet up here. Learn that punchlines are about the only thing worth being gullible for. And when he shows you stretch marks, kiss them. You know them. They are the palmistry of your two bodies written together in bed. Let the movements read, here is orgasm, here is kindness, here is death. Although he gives and is given, he is not a flower. He stands and stays not from any grip, but for the hands and the fingers to lick clean the knuckles where there has been thorns. But first, unfold your arms. He sees a coffin in your chest and knows, finally, that he wants to be buried.